The traditional lawn has been treated like the centerpiece of the American yard for decades, but for many homeowners, it has quietly become one of the most demanding parts of the landscape. Think about it. Week after week, grass asks for mowing, watering, edging, feeding, patching, and still, one dry summer or a shady corner can leave it looking tired and uneven. So the real question is not just, how do I grow better grass? The better question is, what could I grow instead? In this smart gardening video, we are going to explore 5 beautiful lawn alternatives that can bring more texture, color, fragrance, and ecological value to your yard than ordinary turf. Some are soft underfoot, some attract pollinators, some handle dry soil, shade, slopes, or low-maintenance spaces far better than grass. And make sure you watch until the end, because a few of these options may completely change the way you look at empty yard space. Not with unrealistic promises, but with practical plants that actually make sense for real gardens. If you enjoy research-based gardening ideas, plant care tips, and smarter ways to design your outdoor space, like this video and subscribe to the Smart Gardening channel for more interesting gardening videos coming next. Number 1 plant is creeping thyme. Creeping thyme is one of those lawn alternatives that does not try to imitate grass. It offers something different, a low, fragrant carpet that feels more like a garden path than traditional lawn. Historically, thyme has been grown around Mediterranean gardens, stone walkways, and herb beds, and in some European traditions, it was associated with courage and cleansing. But in a modern yard, its real value is practical. It stays short, softens hard edges, and brings flowers where grass usually brings maintenance. As a lawn replacement, creeping thyme works best in sunny spaces with well-drained soil. It does not enjoy soggy ground, so heavy clay or constantly wet areas need improvement before planting. Once established, it can handle dry periods better than many turf grasses, and it usually needs little or no mowing. In late spring or early summer, the foliage can become covered with tiny pink, purple, or lavender blooms, attracting bees and other pollinators. This is not the right choice for a football field or a yard with constant heavy traffic. But for front yards, side paths, garden borders, slopes, stepping stone areas, and quiet sitting spaces, creeping thyme can turn an ordinary patch of ground into something textured and alive. When you brush against it, the leaves release a mild herbal scent, a small detail that makes a garden feel cared for. And as we move to the next plant, the question becomes even more interesting. What if your lawn could be both useful and beautiful? Number 2 plant is microclover. Microclover is not the kind of lawn alternative that immediately announces itself. From a distance, it can look like a softer, greener version of a regular lawn. But up close, the difference becomes clear. The leaves are smaller, rounder, and more textured than grass blades, creating a low-growing surface that feels relaxed rather than overly manicured. For homeowners who are not ready to remove every inch of turf, microclover can be a smart middle step. It can be grown on its own in some spaces, but it is often mixed with grass to improve lawn diversity. Because it belongs to the legume family, it works with soil bacteria to fix nitrogen, which may reduce the need for heavy fertilizer use. That does not mean it requires no care at all, but it changes the relationship between the lawn and the soil. Microclover prefers sun to partial shade and performs best in soil that drains reasonably well. It usually stays lower than common white clover, and with occasional mowing, it can maintain a neat, lawn-like appearance. In bloom, it may attract bees, which is valuable for pollinators, but worth considering if children often play barefoot in the yard. Its beauty is subtle, a quiet green mat after rain, tiny leaves catching the morning light, and a lawn that feels less dependent on constant intervention. For many yards, microclover is not a dramatic replacement. It is a smarter compromise. Next, we move toward a lawn alternative with a softer, more carpet-like personality. Number 3 plant is Irish moss. Irish moss has a kind of look that makes a yard feel quieter. It forms a low, velvety carpet, almost like a patch of green fabric laid carefully between stones. But despite the name, this plant is not a true moss. It is a small flowering ground cover, and in the right place, it can get a lawn area soft, refined appearance without the weekly routine of mowing. Its strength is in detail. The foliage stays close to the soil, forming dense mats of tiny green leaves. and in spring or early summer, small white flowers can appear like scattered pinpoints across the surface. This makes it especially useful in places where grass often feels too coarse, between stepping stones, along shaded paths, around rock gardens, or in small courtyard spaces. Irish moss prefers cool, moist conditions, but that does not mean wet and heavy soil. Good drainage still matters. It does best in moderately fertile soil that leans acid to neutral, and it appreciates full sun only where the climate is not too hot. In warmer areas, some midday shade can help protect it from stress. As a lawn alternative, Irish moss can tolerate moderate foot traffic, but is better for gentle walking paths and active play areas. Its appeal is calm and almost understated. Instead of looking like a miniature sports field, it gives the garden a softer, older, more settled feeling. And for the next plant, we will move from this cool green carpet to an option that brings even more color into the landscape. Number 4 plant is creeping phlox. Creeping phlox brings a very different mood to the idea of replacing grass. Instead of creating one flat green surface, it turns the ground into a seasonal display, low, spreading, and covered in color when spring arrives. In many American gardens, it has long been used along rock walls, slopes, borders, and pathway edges because it can soften hard places where ordinary turf often looks thin or awkward. Botanically, creeping phlox is a low-growing perennial ground cover. It usually stays only a few inches tall, but it can spread wide enough to form a dense mat over time. In spring, the foliage may be almost hidden under pink, lavender, purple, red, or white flowers. That bloom period is part of its charm, especially for gardeners who want the yard to feel alive before summer plants fully wake up. For best results, creeping phlox needs full sun and well-drained soil. It can handle sandy, gravelly, or rocky places better than many softer ground covers, and once established, it has moderate drought tolerance, but it should not be treated like a play lawn. Heavy foot traffic can damage it, so it works better on slopes, front yard displays, garden edges, and areas meant to be seen more than walked on. Its real strength is visual transformation. A dry, plain bank can become a sheet of spring color. A walkway can look intentionally planted instead of unfinished. And after the flowers fade, the fine green foliage still gives the ground structure. Next, we move to a lawn alternative that is quieter in color, but remarkably tough in difficult spaces. Number 5 plant is stonecrop sedum. Stonecrop sedum is a kind of lawn alternative that makes sense in places where grass keeps failing for the same reason. Too much heat, too little moisture, and soil that feels more like gravel than garden loam. Instead of fighting those conditions, sedum is built for them. Its small succulent leaves store water, helping the plant survive dry spells once it is established. This is not a soft, meadow-like lawn. Sedum has a firmer, more textured look, often spreading in low mats across sunny ground, rock gardens, driveway edges, slopes, and narrow strips where sprinklers do not reach evenly. Some varieties stay green. Some take on bronze or reddish tones in stress or cool weather, and others produce small star-shaped flowers that can brighten the planting without making it feel over-designed. For growing conditions, sedum needs full sun to light shade and sharply drained soil. Sandy, rocky, or low-fertility soil is often better than heavy wet soil, because too much moisture can cause the plants to decline. As a lawn substitute, it works best in areas with light foot traffic. If people walk through the space often, stepping stones should carry the weight while sedum fills the gaps. One important note, sedum is a broad group, and some spreading types can be aggressive in certain regions. Choosing the right variety for your climate matters. But in the right place, stonecrop can turn a dry, neglected patch of ground into a durable, sculptural living carpet.